Hey everyone, and welcome back to Comic Studio. And we're going to be checking out for the Henry Stickman Comic Studio for around here. As of the Henry Stickman collection of Comic Studio, we just already reviewed this, or just check it out of this. We already checked it out of the Henry Stickman collection around here, and especially that we just, in case that we turn on the show on spoilers, that as you can see that Henry Stickman collection is owned by Inner Sloth, Puffball United, or like kind of Puffballs Untitled, 40 Bass, and other kinds of like other companies as well. Thanks to the wiki fandom and sprites, like anything as well. And without further ado, let's review for all of the characters from themselves, starting with Henry Stickman. It was probably for such as one thing. This is absolutely for the last time's video that we just already checked out for anything as well. And we already checked out for the Henry Stickman, but this is the main character of itself. And probably it was that I just actually remember about for some kind of one thing as well. But as you can see that I remember about this. This is where that my brother just watching on his YouTube videos as well, or some kind of he watches on his internet videos. He watches on the internet videos for something as well, like Dan to the M, or some other kinds of YouTubers like anythings as well. That's starting with here as well. So, anyways, and he downloads this video games in a tablet as well, and do something even really faster before it's gotta be too late as well. Even before it is, that it's absolutely completely downloaded by my sister or anybody as well from any siblings that really possibly that we just untold like anything as well. And that will be it as well, and we're not going to be end of this video as well. Let's start with breaking the bank, and we're going to be starting the characters such as the Chad Hansen and Billy Carlson and Ted McAdams and Winston Davis, including the Big Bob as well. So probably all of the characters like themselves, and could be like the officers from themselves, and could be from the vaults, even from some sort of 5 years of these things as well. Another one could be for some sort of a co-pilot or a security guy, or a security guard system like this. This is a chief whenever it's gonna be only about to be for this time as well. It turns into an officer of the top hat as well. Next one is escaping down the prison. The characters were Rupert Price, Dave Panther, Jonas Noan, or Jonas Nogan, or Jonas Nugan, and Captain Ronald Canterbury, Harold Ronson, Blade Knifeman McGee, Blade Knifeman McLeod, Cave Party, Stumplub, Ryan Goldman, Carlos Bird, SRT8 or the STR8, Stir 8 Shooter, Jen Brun, John Farm, John Grits, John Shachkwanin, John Barley, Felix White, Humbert Brown, Vladimir Von Brown. That must be from the court like themselves for the lawyers, and the judge is going to be from Humbert Brown. More officers such as Unknown Hendricks, Pete Sound, Gary Gray, another one is Gary Gray, Sally Q, Ungus Bungus, Bert Slim, Tom Hardley, Captain Ed Roberts, Jimothy Pug, Michael Benz, Sean Scene, Matir Flexer, Chuck Simmons, Juno Gumbertit, or Juno Gumptit, Dane Sloyd, Dane Sloyd, and finally Steve Stevens from Escaping the Prisons, like from all the characters what it is. And the next up could be for round as Stealing the Diamond. Well, some characters are probably look like anything that almost like the police officers as well, including the one mayor as the Mayor Fredrickson. The officers and security guards could be Conrad Connors, Billy Barnes, Zach Nutt, Himbert Skewitt, Billy Cludd, Zam Turner, it was Zam Turner, Richard Wickens, Todd Simmons, or Todd Slimmons, Jacob Rose, Johnny Panzer, Jack Sheen, Samuel Mundy, James Landicut, Jeff Stickley, or some kind of James Lancelot, Jeff Stickley, Cliff Knooks, Kurt Dietrich, or Kurt Dietrich, Joseph Joe, Timothy Lewis, Alexander Garb, Tiny Franz, Clyde Jenkins, and finally Corporal Bill Bullitt. And the next thing could be for round after stealing the diamond. Infiltrating the airship could be for round and containings for a lot of, I don't really know about this. There must be top hats for round. The villain top hats could be for round in the airship, as probably like them before. And it's starting with Captain Gleoforce, Charles Calvin, and another one that must be the enemies could be Reginald Copperbottom, or Reginald Copperbottom, Right Hand Man, Geoffrey Blumb, Sledge McRush, Hans Spearman, Hatchman, Slice, Mangus Erickson, Floyd Winters, Deborah Daniels, Douglas Murray, Wilkim Krieghaus, Handsome Harold, AI Alcohol, Matthew Norbert, Benjamin Beresirius, Thomas Kirstier, Aldman, Herb Stonks, Cool Caddy, Teuton Tunny, Cuppa Joe, Terence Solvay, Sir Wilford IV, Billy G, TRNK, Jars Flinks, or Jars Finks, Manuel Friend, Harry Butts, Rohonda Peronda, and one of the ground could be them as well. And finally, Mr. Blanick. That must be for some sort of, with soldiers, the American soldiers could be Mac Bamper, Felix Hamley, Netro Kangith, Bob Huss, Joe Hunter, Ryu, Kent, Jackrell Latache, Mr. Brimley. Mr. Brimley has fallen down as well as the top hat, including Zami Sori or Jackrell Latache. More soldiers and top hats could be Nate Box, Quick Draw, Good Guy, and probably for some sort of members like themselves, as a security like those things, who operates the Dark Energy. It was powered by Wilson Stone and Larry Gordon, who warns him about him. His family members could be Abigail Stone and Timmy Stone, Mm, it was probably for his child. His father was Wilson Stone, and his son Timmy Stone, and his wife could be Abigail Stone, and the flying machines attackers could be Mert Steele, Kurt Steele, and Mordecai or Mordecai Booker or Mordecai Booker. I like this thing as well. So that was all that is all the infamy, the airship as well. And finally, there must be not two more for this time as well. And this should be for not existing for a round itself. Because except for this thing, it was just in the last video for sometimes. And finally, we absolutely going to be feeling for like those things. It's fleeing the complex. Could be for more characters like anything as well. And probably the suspects could be for round itself, such as Dmitry Jonas Petrov, Grigory Olyat, and it's probably his friend, and Henry Stickman's friend partner could be Ellie Rose, and many more such as Health Stone, Isaac Binderson, and probably like many more characters could be Harris Johnson, Mike Milligan, Ibrahim Justin, Joyce Brugry, more as Travis UMP, Olaf Norgren, Nikolai Diertrim, Mattis Guardsmith, Greyman, Captain Laszlo, Milos Kawasaki, or Miros Krakowski, Grasto, Wild Willie, Mr. Cool, Punkhauser, Uba, Angry Mike, Jack Stylkai, or Jack Stalkai, Gus Grano, or Gus Garno, Ace Apex, Joe Joshin, Melvin Porridge, Derek Grulick, Derek Gorelick, Kalby Pelps, Dan the Man, Lil Mickey, Pyrrhus Franciscus or Pyrrhus Francosis, and many more such as Babushka, Carl the Clown, and Kyle Baxter, and Cian Essie Lemming, Marky Amu, Misha Shavaho, Peter Waylands, and finally Paulus. And probably that must be all of the characters by itself, but unfortunately that doesn't going to be for something as the new folder like those things. 60 folders for something could be for around here, because some kind of characters could be pretty unknown for around here. And I really don't think this isn't going to be for such as a complete mission. But that is all of the Henry Stickman collection from all of the characters from themselves. And that should be the end of this video for sure as well. And make sure that the link is going to be in the description below. And as you can see, that is probably that I just completely remember as well. It was going to be 15 minutes in time as well. The link is going to be in description about for all characters from this comic studio around as well. And that will be pretty it, but I just refuse to add something as well to be added like anywhere as well. And expected for a round of those backgrounds without the airship. And it couldn't be able to be for finding out what else I just try to do anyways, as possible to do so as well. So that is all the review for all the characters like themselves as well. Anyway, the link is going to be in the description, but I'm not going to be worrying about for this sometimes as well. And also you can check out for the main comic studio about of this website to browse some comics, and even expected to contain some ad pop-outs. And that will be pretty it, as very sure. Thanks for watching, for all your support, as I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you viewers and mini lads and comic studio users all later by the next 2 days.